chose to stay here. Some of you had been left behind. All of you survived.
Why did you come back?
For you.
Ava, Roberto, Jeff in Las Vegas, good morning.
Hey, Jeff, good backdrop.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, thanks for talking to me about DMZ, streaming on HBO Max. Wow, I'm only halfway through the series, but it's just a great thriller. I mean, it's just so exciting.
Oh, good. We're so glad you're liking it.
Well, I guess, Roberto, your journey begins with DMZ, with the graphic novel as a blueprint for the series.
That's right.
And what were some of the challenges in bringing that to the screen?
Well, the graphic novel is something I found when it came out in 2005. And it was a novel and completely terrifying idea, the concept of war in our own backyard. I came back to it in 2016, and the entire premise had taken on a much more terrifying concept, much more personal concept in a country that's unfortunately rife with division. So it felt ripe for reinvention, and it also felt ripe for something that could extol the idea of humanity rising above our own divisions.
And Ava, DMZ deals with the Second American Civil War, pure fantasy, if you asked me maybe a decade ago. Now, when I was watching it, I'm not so sure, right?
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely. I mean, it feels like when we first started working on this project, it was kind of like, oh, this is, dystopian and in the future. And as we started, getting finished with it and delivering it, it felt like, wow, this is a possibility. We know what these feelings are. We've been so close to it. We know how it feels to have a country who's so divided. So DMZ really takes it further. It imagines, what if both sides fought? And what if they were abandoned places? And what if we were really kind of a step further in that conflict? And so with that, it becomes really interesting.
And Roberto, Manhattan is a demilitarized zone, DMZ, cut off and isolated from the rest of the world. It just stirred up memories of Escape from New York, I Am Legend, The Warriors come to mind.
Of course, yeah, those are all jumping off points for sure. I would say where this show kind of takes a dramatic turn to the left and runs in the opposite direction is in the life that we imbued it with. Every frame is so filled with color. Ava really set an important stylistic and resonant stylistic mark on the show, where it's very, very personal. It's very subjective. It's a big scopy world, and we don't shy away from those big wide shots. But for the most part, we live with the people in it, because the show is about the people who either chose to stay in this abandoned land or who couldn't get out. And life has found a way here. There are barter markets. There is color. There is music. The entire show is infused with such vibrant music. So that's we really wanted to shy away from the blue and gray and bleak dystopia of it all, and show a different spin on genre.
Yeah, that people survive, and that's what I found interesting about it. And Ava, who better to lead this series on Rosario Dawson, who's on a mission to find her son? You can really feel her pain and anguish in this series.
Yeah, I mean, she really went deep. I just love her as an actor. I'd never worked with her before, but I'd heard she's one of those actors around town that everyone says she's cool to work with. No one has a bad thing to say about her in Hollywood, no set. And I just found that to be the case. And something about this role she really connected to. She went deep. I think you're going to see her and Benjamin Bratt in a way that you haven't seen either of them before.
Yeah, Roberto, Benjamin Bratt plays a gang leader with an ambition to rule the world. He was very convincing.
That's right. Both of these characters, I think these actors are people that you would see as the exoticized other in the last, 20, 30 years. But here we brought them center stage, and both Rosario and Benjamin Bratt really dressed up in these roles, filled out all the nooks and crannies and owned these characters, really elevated them from the page. It's been such an honor and such an amazing journey working with both of them.
And Ava, I think my favorite character is Odie, Jordan Preston Carter. I think he's great.
Me too. Oh my gosh, that little pumpkin. He's the sweetest thing. Working with him on set were my favorite scenes. People will be surprised at him. I'm glad you pointed him out. He's a sweetheart, and those scenes are heart-wrenching.
They certainly are. Well, congratulations on an exciting series. I appreciate your time today, and good luck with the show, and let's talk again soon.
Thanks for sharing it. Appreciate it.
Thank you.